Aloha. Another sunny day in the shithole. Um, yeah, lots of stuff stacked up there. But I guess the old project of the shelving is now sort of done. And I may take a closer look at that in the future. But I'm now concerning myself. If you remember one of the last videos I did, it was concerning the wall to to that right over there, which is I'm now going to show you. So I was going to reveal a bit of brickwork, and we can have a closer look at what's going on. Ta-da! You will of course know that that is, or it looks significantly larger than 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters, which is what they recommend to have a look before you do any sort of like work and stuff like that. The idea I had was just to expose all this, just because plaster just coming off like that you wouldn't believe. Just by way of a demonstration. Oh, I think I got all the really bad stuff off, but even so, look, I mean, I've just got this knife and it just, I'm not really putting any force in there at all. I've got the worst of it off. I don't want to create any more mess, but it was just, I could just go like that and it was just coming off. And for good reason as well. Look. Put that down and we'll have a look. So you can see some quite big horrific holes. I can get like a good old hand in there. I think it's quite some shoddy, but you can see like it's all poking out. It's not even and all that kind of stuff. You have to remember this house was built in 1860 or thereabouts. So all this is like settling and all that kind of stuff, and obviously when people have done work on this, it's just been laid up. So there's a good chance that I don't know whether this might have been replastered at some point, but there's a good chance no one's really looked at this since it was first built. It's just layers and layers of bullshit, and all people have done is just add and add and add and take stuff off. You can see like there's a fine layer of stuff here, and I mean that is what we're talking about at the moment. You can just see I done it like I'm just using my finger with that, and that is, see, that shouldn't be like that. Just put a little bit of pressure behind that, like you just, I mean, there's no way a plastered wall should be like that. So rather than just covering this shit up again, I'm going to address some issues and stuff like that. Obviously I need to try and repair these. I'm going to clean this up a little better here, like, because this is still a remnants of the plaster. So I'm going to clean up all the plaster, pull out everything, pull out all the old material that's hovering around there that doesn't need to be in there. It will need a bit of, I'll see if it's wise to just basically point this all up, repair, like this is obviously here. Somewhere there used to be a brick that went in there, and it's obviously come out, and someone whoever's replastered this, because this can't be the original plaster, whoever's replastered this has put the old trick of just shoving a load of plaster in the hole when they've sort of plastered it over to cover it up. You can get repair kits for this kind of stuff here. I'm not sure if this is actually, yeah, that piece of brick is being held in by just plaster, which is not a good look. See, look, because effectively because water can get in it, see, it's basically made this shit. Now you can get repair kits for this kind of stuff, and that's what we'll probably do. We'll I mean, we can make it work with a little bit of brick, but I need to repair that hole, repair all these, like put all this in, and we'll get it up to speed. I don't want to. I made a bit of a mess on the floor. I don't want to leave this because over here you probably can't see it, but there's a bit of damp here, and it should come as no surprise that there's even damp, because you've got bloody great holes coming through the wall. Guaranteed on the outside edge, there's not going to be holes this big, but there's going to be holes big enough for water to come in or seep in, and that's what's happened with this and all that kind of stuff. So there you have it. I'll just take a step back. We can have a look at the gloriousness of it all. So yeah, so that's it at the moment. So my current aim is to just strip all this back. I'm not going to do that today. I've just got home from work. It's about 4 o'clock. I need to start making supper. But over the next few days, I'm going to do a little bit each day if I can, if I get back early enough. That's a sizable chunk. But it all needs to be put up. I've got a sneaky suspicion that I'm doing this, and all that's going to have to be done. For the time being, I'm going to do this and do it as an experiment. I'm going to repair stuff, make sure it's good, and then I'll take another look at it and decide if I'm going to keep it bare brick and put some sealant on it and have it like that. I'm kind of hopeful that, if you can see there, the bricks are looking pretty all right down there, and I'm hoping this is just a stress crack going up there, up to the top, and that most of this will be fine, and I can just do some repairs. Even so, I'll have a look. I'll take it on advisory and see what gives, because this might be an interesting little thing. It adds a bit of character. So yeah, a little more work than I was anticipating, but it might be quite cool actually in the end. In fact, it might be quite cool if I've got a whole wall of exposed brick and I can put some lights in there, and it'll be good to, nice. I can imagine some shelving and cabinetry and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, getting too far ahead. We need to fix this bullshit here, because I ain't leaving it like that. So anyway, that's an update. I'll probably do some little time lapses and get boxes out of here and put a dust sheet down, because I started picking, and of course you get addicted to picking and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back soon, and time-lapsey and fixie, and hopefully at some point we'll have a whole look at this in one go. Oh, looking forward to it. No. But still kittens.